Welcome everybody. Today we are together with Aphelion Wind, one of our vegan marketplace participants. They are providing renewable forecast for wind and solar assets. Today we will listen their solutions and their benefits and so on. And we would like to start with a short introduction, and we will see the Aphelion Wind's capabilities and their benefits for the renewable asset owners. Hope you will enjoy this short introduction for the renewable industry. Welcome, Marcio. Can you just introduce us the Aphelion Wind and the company structure?
Thank you, Mustafa. And on behalf of the Solute team and the Aphelion Wind team, we are so excited to be here and sharing our capabilities and integration in the vegan VTC marketplace, where we provide the opportunity to integrate our platform with your marketplace. So as you politely mentioned, we're going to cover very briefly our mother company and our solution, and then we're going to see a quick demo just to provide a taste of how it works and what it is, okay? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can see the screen. We can start. Perfect.
Perfect. So as you said, this is the Solute, is the mother company, and Aphelion Wind is a subdivision of our meteorological brand called Aphelion. But to start off, we have to mention that on behalf of the Solute company, our mother company, we are a multidisciplinary engineering consultancy based in Spain. Next year, we turn 20 years. And what really makes us different is not providing only engineering services for the renewable world and other sectors, but also providing products that are born with the knowledge of our staff and our engineers. That's what really sets us apart as an engineering consultancy. And we can see that in our international presence and the type of clients that we work with, not only in the renewable world, but also in other engineering fields that we're going to see shortly. Precisely, we have divided our company in sectors and areas. In this opportunity, we're going to focus in the meteorological and energy forecasting area that belongs to the meteorology as a whole department, which is a sector. That's how we have it here divided at Solute. Now, as I said in the beginning, what really makes Solute different is our R&D. Our R&D is, as I have here, is Solute's backbone. And these are tools that are born internally at Solute. We certify them, we validate them, and then they go out to the industry and to different type of clients. In this opportunity, we're going to focus on Aphelion, which is our meteorological and energy forecasting brand, because our meteorological department is very large and we cover these capabilities. But in order to give it a more friendly approach, we divided our department into brands, led by the brand Aphelion. In this opportunity, we have 4 available brands right now, which are Aphelion Weather, which is a weather platform and app for individuals and O&M companies. Aphelion Weather is actually integrated, if requested, with Aphelion Wind, which is in what we're going to focus today, which is our wind and solar production or generation forecast services. Aphelion Wind is now out since 2 years and a half right now in the market. And of course, we are using our wind energy experience at Solute to foster our knowledge in energy forecasting and contacts and industry events and so forth. And then we have other 2 brands, which are Aphelion Agro, which are forecasting capabilities for the agricultural world or sector, and then Aphelion Insurance, which are root cause analysis reports for wind farm operators. We use all these tools with the knowledge of our meteorological department. Now, talking and jumping right into Aphelion Wind are our software and capabilities for wind and solar power forecasting for energy markets. We decided that not only the capabilities were good enough, we wanted to put these capabilities into a visualization software. And that is what we call Aphelion Wind. But talking about capabilities and the service in general, these are A-power solar and wind forecasts for energy markets. We provide forecasts for wind farm and wind turbine level forecasts of the entire portfolio with customizable parameters. So forecast ranges, granularity, service updates. We provide forecast uncertainty with an estimation module. We also provide, because it's very important, validation reports upon request. We provide a 24/7 online technical support, and we have many delivering options. So in this case, FTP, email, the Aphelion Wind dashboard or software, and direct API integration. This is a sneak peek of the Aphelion Wind software that we're going to see in a moment. As I said, this is a visualization software to view the forecasts, both wind and solar. Now, the engine of Aphelion Wind is machine learning, okay? And we follow the best practices and recommendations by the industry. Our data scientist team is always updated to this condition, okay? But the most important point that we have to know here is the development of own Solute and Aphelion Wind machine learning models that correlate weather data, weather information, with the forecast targets. So these are variables such as wind speed, wind direction, and the production, okay? So this is a sneak peek of our engine. And you may be asking yourself why this is important. So we divided this question into 4 important points for renewable assets operators, for portfolio managers, and so forth. So our forecast enhance your decision making during the entire life cycle of your assets, regardless if it's solar or wind. Now, we divided, as I said, this into 4 parts, which are construction, operation, maintenance, and decommissioning. So for construction, our forecast will support the schedule of on-site activities and maximize risk using our high-resolution weather forecast, which, by the way, can be integrated into Aphelion Wind. We'll see in a second. The operation part, we tackle uncertainty and maximize your revenue with our energy production forecast. So this is pretty straightforward and is basically the most important one. Maintenance, our software and capabilities allow you to schedule downtime to minimize economic losses using our high-resolution weather forecast and our energy production forecast. In some parts of the world, we also developed our own Solute-made high-resolution models, weather models. So for some parts of or regions in the world, the weather forecast is even more accurate because we develop and we put resources just for that region. So that's very interesting. And then for decommissioning, we can support you by scheduling on-site activities and minimize risks using our high-resolution weather forecast. And we actually put this as well into the software. Now we're going to share 3 main projects that we have with Aphelion Wind. Okay, the most important one, or one of the most important one, is this one that we did in Europe for day ahead and intraday forecasts services. The main point that, and we're going to see it in a second, but the main point that we like to say in this wind power project was that we were so close to the client and the weather cases in this area, because they were complex weather conditions in this area. We were so close to the case and we developed models just for this area that we were able to decrease the NMA error to 9%, basically. So we put these custom solutions to each customer to the extreme level that we sometimes develop weather forecasts just for that area. And that is very interesting because that sets us apart. We don't only take one case and provide forecast. We like to take the case, analyze how the case is going to be treated, and provide the best possible forecast just for one area. So we are very proud of this project in Europe. Also in Europe, and also in this case, switching to solar power forecasting, we successfully deployed our forecast to an entire client portfolio in Europe by winning for 3 months in a row and being in the first position for all that time in a solar power benchmark. Okay, there were several competitors, but our customizable solutions, in this case for solar, were just enough to keep us in the first place for 3 months and ultimately win the case. Okay, and we keep working with this client. So it's something very also was from last year, but we keep working with them. And what really sets us apart again here is the ability to set the customizable solution to a new level, not providing forecasts just as they come in, but also treating all the process, the data filtering and the treatment of the data, the historical data, with our high resolution weather forecast, and provide accurate and precise energy forecasting. So this here were the case and the type of service that we did was day ahead and intraday, and we keep working with this client because of our techniques to process the data. And finally, in 2022, we released this part of the dashboard that we're going to see in a moment that basically enhances even more O&M tasks and companies, because not only they receive the energy forecasting, they also receive real-time alerts in a dashboard that we're going to see in a moment, in order for them to know if it's going to be dangerous or safe to proceed with O&M tasks. So we call it windy days, and this is according to industry standards. So this is something that we keep updated all the time, and it also helps with scheduling and so forth. So we're going to see this better in a second, but because we decided to personalize this with these clients, we developed it just for them, and now it's also available for the entire all the users basically. And lastly, before we see the dashboard, we split up these cases, and we can guarantee success with these 4 pillars. We have a proven experience in solar and wind forecasting, but because we also integrated with our weather forecasting capabilities, which are actually the origins of our meteorological department. We started out with weather forecasting, but we are extremely flexible and we adapt very, very easy with the client. We are strict on how we communicate with the clients, and this results in continuous support and effective communication. It is not something that everyone can tell you that they are close with the clients, but believe me, we are very, very close with each case, and we assign a data scientist and somebody from the communications department just per company or per user. Now, we also are very transparent in the third pillar. We are very flexible and we adapt very easily to the technical solution as a whole. So we also adapt to what data is available. We try to work with that data, and we also always make feedback sessions with the client and try to customize it as much as we can. And finally, every client is different. So in this opportunity, they sometimes require different delivery methods, and our team is more than capable to providing anything that they are told in regard to the delivery method, usually API, our dashboard, or FTP. And this is, as I said, a sneak peek of the solution. I would like now Mustafa to go to the dashboard, if it's not a problem.
Thank you. Before starting the demonstration part, I would like to clarify for our audience to understand better. As I see, it's not just like having a wind production service or solar production service for the energy markets. If we subscribe to Aphelion Wind services, we can benefit from different perspectives, like scheduling maintenance while scheduling downtimes, or risk mitigation from operational perspective. I have a question here. You mentioned some custom models for the renewable asset owners, but at the same time, you are providing all services as a standard for all customers. Can we say that without having a custom model, just with the standard models, can we provide the same services for any client all around the world, or just we are providing some sort of services with custom modeling and some services with standard?
Yes, I will start by answering that question, but then Francisco can also add information about the models. Usually, and I would say the majority of our cases are with custom solutions models, and even though we include everything that I mentioned, some cases do not require everything that I say. So some people will only ask for the O&M module, but then the forecast is very straightforward, or they have the data availability is very good, so it's very straightforward. But there are other complex cases, like the project number 1 that I shared, that it was a project that we had to take from from scratch. So basically, we customized absolutely everything. We developed in the dashboard specific models just for them, and turns out that it's a different approach that we like to use. But ultimately, to answer your question, it depends on the case. When we use our high resolution weather forecast models or our machine learning architectures and models, and when we use other times standard models. I don't know, Fran, if you would like to add something to that.
No, in summary, we develop different methodologies in order to know more about the case. We try to develop the best model with the data available and the client provide us. In one case, we develop energy forecasts from meteorological towers, convert wind speed into historical production by synthetic data or other type of methodologies. And in the majority of the case, we develop model with historical records for the substation in the grid connection. And that's all. We try to cover all aspects of this type of service.
Thank you for the answers. Actually, it's good to see that Aphelion Wind is taking serious for each customer scenario, because all customers think that their scenario is unique, especially for the renewable asset owners, because most of the construction areas are containing some risky conditions. It's common for all countries all around Europe, all around the world, especially for the wind farms. And most of the cases, customer would like to have a custom approach to have a model specific for their requirements. But on the other hand, providing a custom solution to an end customer requires some time. Can we say that how Aphelion Wind is flexible while providing such custom solutions? How long customers should have to wait after providing all technical requirements? Because this is something specific. This is a distinguished capability with most of the forecast service providers trying to provide standard models, providing their customers with standard models while starting, at least. They are providing customization if required. But if you would like to apply this approach at the beginning, then it will come with a duration. Can we say that we can skip this process fastly, or it's required maybe months? Can you
Yes,
share a duration?
Yeah, for regular benchmarks, of course, the client provides the technical information, and there's really nothing to customize there. So we play by their rules in that case. Now, when we have a small operator, medium-sized operator, renewable owner asset, and so forth, we usually get very close to them, understand very clear what the need is, okay? And no, I would say that for all the projects that we have done, we have not made the waiting time for our clients more than 3 weeks or a month. Let us not forget, Aphelion, as the meteorological department, was born in 2019. So we have years and years of research experience in both weather forecasting and solar and wind energy forecasting as a whole, generation forecast. So that's when you really start to see the results of your research, because we are capable of understanding what the problem is very fast. And I would say usually the average time is 2 weeks, no more than 3 weeks, I would say. As I said, depends on the case. When we develop specific weather models, that's of course a different story. But usually I would stick with that time. And of course, we're very transparent with the users. The user want to know, or the client want to know what you're doing with the data. So we are always doing feedback sessions and explaining the progress of the duration. But to be very frank here, it has not been a problem as of now.
Yeah, great. Thank you for your answers. Hopefully, this will shape the most of the decision makers process, because it's a very important step while benchmarking multiple forecast service providers. Customers would like to see that what can we achieve more apart from the standard services. That's why the customization layer is important for the customers. Now, I think that we can see the solution. We are ready.
Yes. Yeah, the solution, let me say, this is nothing without the forecast. And as I said, it's a visualization software. It's divided into 3 main screens, which are these on the right-hand side of your screen, okay? And we're gonna see that it's very easy and fast to use. So usually the user can create an asset, or they can send us the asset and we'll do it for them, or they can send us 10 wind farms and we'll do it for them. It's not a problem. But how it begins with, we apologize for this small bug. There we go. But how it usually starts with is the entity screen, which is, as we can see, a screen where we add our asset. Okay, we can add it by turbines, we can add the specific layout, and we can then select the wind farm and start playing with it. Okay, so it is a 3D globe, okay, and it's very easy to use. You can also click in a specific place if you want to add a turbine or check a specific place. You can also add your mast. You can also add meteo sensors, towers, and so forth. So it's very easy to use in this specific screen, and it's the most basic one, to be honest. Okay, now then we have the availability screen. This one is very interesting because when we understand how important it is to schedule O&M activities, right? So in this opportunity, the user or the operator, portfolio manager, and so forth, has the opportunity to inform the software about the availability of a specific wind farm or turbine. So as we can see here, you have a schedule, right? And you can start clicking when a turbine, in this case, turbine 5 of wind farm number 1, is going to be unavailable, for example. And what really makes this interesting is that you can create a schedule and submit it when you know everything. So you don't have to do this every day or all the time. You can just simply add the schedule and submit it for the software to know or to not consider the availability of a wind farm or a specific turbine in this case. So this works with solar and wind. We're seeing in this case the example with a wind farm number one of this demo. So this is the availability screen. Okay, as you can see, it goes up to almost a week, and you can submit this maybe in the beginning of the month or when you know that this is going to be sent. Okay. Now we have the charts screen in the software. Okay, in this opportunity, our demo is set to 2023 in September. So we're going to put it here. We're going to apply. And we're going to start. This is where it gets interesting and where we see how easy and fast Aphelion Wind is to use. Okay. As you can see, this is the last screen of the software. So we put all the necessary information in just 3 modules, which makes it very interesting. So in this opportunity, we have in the charts screen, wind farm number 1, okay? You click here, you're going to get all the data for wind farm number 1. You can also do it by turbines, okay? But in this case, we're going to focus in wind farm number 1. So primarily, we have the available power dashboard, which is the 100% availability generation forecast, wind or solar, of your, in this case, wind farm, okay? The real difference here is that in expected real power in the second dashboard, it's taking into consideration the availability, okay? So that's very important to know, but we're going to focus and show the capabilities with available power, again, with the 100% availability that we just created here, if you remember. Now, here is very easy to use. We can see this by day and time, and you can see that we have a complete pink line that we can see here. This is the actual forecast, okay, that the software is throwing in, or our forecasts are throwing in. And then we can see a shaded pink, okay, up and down, here and also here. You can see here, this is the shaded part is the uncertainty of the forecast, which is represented when it's on top by the percentile 75 and when it's below percentile 25, okay? Now, you can also see on the right-hand side of your screen, you may be asking yourself what these letters are. And these are actually, this is a demo case, but this idea was because of a client that requested us or asked us if we could incorporate different models, forecast models, to the dashboard. And we thought that that was a great idea. And as I said, we have continuous feedbacks with our clients, and we get their feedbacks, and we incorporate those feedbacks into our platform, basically to make it as perfect as we can for them, because we know that if one client makes a recommendation, we know that it might be useful for another client. So as we can see here, if I click B, C, and D, we get different models. We keep the same information, right? But with different models, and we can also compare the models. Now, you can go to all this level of detail in the horizontal part, but also in the vertical part, if I play like this. And you may be asking yourself, oh, wow, but now I want to go to another place and it's going to be very complicated. It's not. You click reset, and you have the entire view again by models, single models or multiple models. Now, if you need to bring this, if you want to put other customization, you can always export this into CSV files or Excel files and so forth. So that is available. Before going down here, you can also select the date as you saw and the time. And if you do this, you're going to get the forecast for the specific time that you had and see it in detail and with different models. So this is the whole idea of the software when it comes to the a forecast and the variables, which is actually the next part. So as you saw, we have two, apologies for this, we have two parts for the forecast, energy forecast, but then we jump to the weather forecasts that come in depending, and this is of course, this really depends on what the client wants in the forecast, weather forecast and the variables, but in this demo we have this, and it's the same type of capability. So in this case, precipitation, it didn't rain, so we're going to skip that one. But for example, in temperature, you have the same type of dashboard. It's very easy to use, very, very smooth, okay? For example, here in wind direction, you can change this, compare, go in, go out like this, and then reset. Very, very simple. Now, I want to stop in the wind speed part because this is something that we saw in the in the presentation, okay? By using industry standards, we are capable of telling operators or providing the information for the O&M personnel, because on here we can see the wind speed, right? But we are also announcing the type of work that can be done that specific day, okay? So if I zoom in here, you can see it in more detail, of course. But if I do this and I go up here, you can see that we added also the type of works in units and working at the actual facility. So the wind farm or the solar plant. And this is, or this works with a alert system that we have upon request and will be delivered either into the software or to the people directly. Okay, it really depends. So this is very interesting because we don't only provide the energy forecast, but we also provide the weather forecast. Okay, so this is very, very interesting, and I like the fact that we always keep this updated in terms of industry information. Okay, so as you can see here, you can compare, add more alerts, you can filter it by colors and so forth. Now, this is really the most important part of the software, but as I said before, we also have, apologies, I have the settings here. We also have our weather forecast tool, which is completely a different tool, but can be integrated into Aphelion Wind if the client requests that. So you can imagine working, seeing your information in real time or depending on the time, but also having a specific place in the world with either our models, weather models, or public models. In this case, this is a public model, but seeing real-time information about your wind farm. So this is very interesting. This is a Aphelion weather, as I said before, but it can also be integrated into Aphelion Wind, or a specific part or region in the world can be visualized in the software. And this really, really makes the experience amazing for the operators. I highly doubt that there are other companies that can do so many things in one place. And we really enjoy being close to the clients. And as of now, that is our value, one of our values, our core values, apologies, that we would like to keep. So this is really all about the visualization software. Again, this software can be skipped if a client only wants to receive the forecast with FTP or with API integration, but we have users using Aphelion Wind, and they are very happy with the day-to-day activity.
Thank you, Marcio, for the great demonstration. I have learned a lot, especially the wind speed part is great. It's definitely adding another perspective for the solution. Now, I will ask a question that most of our users might wonder about the data export options. You have mentioned that the FTP, email, API, but when it comes to the real-time integration that we have did with you in our marketplace, while the wind asset owner or solar asset owner trading against the energy exchanges, they will need to access such data in real time. This is not only the forecast. Maybe they would like to access the probabilities, that the percentile, 75 percentile or 25 percentile, because they would like to compare the market conditions and also weather conditions together. If the imbalance cost is too high, then whether or not should I buy or sell. In such scenarios, can we say that we are sharing any kind of data through APIs or just forecast, standard forecast through APIs? Can we say that the customers of Aphelion Wind with an API key, can they access the data which is available in the dashboard? They can also have it through API, or is there any limitation?
Yes, so the information can be accessed, yes, okay, and also we can integrate it via API. But what we don't have, and we actually have not done that right now, is to add those type of variables that traders use, imbalances, as you mentioned, or information about the exchange, usually because there already exist softwares that tell the traders this sort of information. We focus mostly on providing the forecast and the weather information. So in this opportunity, if I did understand your question, it's a matter of the user selecting either two tools or selecting via API what they want to get from Aphelion.
No,
if I understood that correctly.
Actually, the thing that I would like to ask is just related to the Aphelion Winds data. The other type of data already available, let's say in our solution, which is a trading software. We have already market prices and the imbalance estimation and so on, but you have all the weather data. Just I am wondering, the user, what the user see in the dashboard can be available through APIs. So let's say when I access to the Aphelion Wind dashboard, I'm able to see the wind forecast, and on the other hand, with the shading, I'm able to see the probabilities.
Yes,
if I go to the API, can I get the same data? Yeah,
it is accessible.
That's what I asked. And on the other hand, while I am scheduling maintenance, maybe in some cases, customers might use plant management solutions or their own asset management solutions. Maybe they would like to call your API to get the statuses of each wind speed level, maybe. And just the users need to understand, if I see any data in the dashboard in the Aphelion Wind, I can also access the same data if I call the API. Can we say that is there any limitation, or you are open to share these kind of data through APIs?
Yeah, the information is accessible via API. It is accessible. I don't know, Fran from the technical department wants to add something, but it is available. What you see in Aphelion Wind is available.
Yeah, great. That's important, because in an age where we are talking about digitalization, most of the cases are sitting in front of the laptops or the computers or the large monitors to see what's happening in the dashboard. But on the other hand, we are automating things, especially for the trading part. We need to put the logic into some algorithms in order to decide on behalf of the companies. So it's critical to access such data through APIs. And also, we can say that through our integration with the Aphelion Wind, the trading companies and renewable asset owners, while managing their assets, they can benefit from the production forecast. On the other hand, they can also get the probabilistic forecast if they would like to process this data in their decision-making processes. Most of the cases, you have to consider both the market prices and the probabilistic forecast. This is very important for the asset owners, especially the huge ones, if they are managing the wind farms or the solar farms with the large quantities, then it's important. Thank you for the great presentation and the demonstration of your product. We are very happy to see such solutions, which is not only a forecast production service, but also complementing with some additional services such as the operational and the risk, including risk and operation perspective. It was really good to see the complete solution. Thanks for your time.
Yes, we would also like to thank VTC for your support and for the possibility to participate in these collaborations. So thank you for that.
Thank you for your time. Now we can finalize the session. If they think that you have missed something, then we can now discuss and we can just edit the video. Or if you think that it's okay, then we can complete.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. The only problem is going to be the book in the beginning of the software, but it's okay because I reset the page. So if you want to write that down, if your team can see if they can cover the bug, the small thing that appears, the map, that would be very helpful. If not, it's okay because I fix it. I fix it quickly.
Yeah, I think that after sharing the video, you can review that part.
Yes,
If you can cut a small portion of the starting of the demonstration,
then
maybe we can just fix it.
Exactly. I will try to do my best on that. Okay. Feel free to share these raw recordings from Zoom via WeTransfer or other platform that you want, or OneDrive. Then my question for you would be, what are the next steps? Because I think Kartal told me, or we understood, that you guys were going to make like a 5-6 minute video or 10 minutes. But then our goal was to get the video and put it in our website and say, oh, we participated in a seminar or session with VTC promoting you guys the marketplace. Okay.
Okay. Actually, today Kartal is not with us. Maybe after completing the session, I can call him and share with the details. Then he can guide us. I don't have any expectation right now. Just maybe after editing the video, you can come with maybe suggestions. If it is too long, then if it has some missing points, then you can say that. I see that recently some videos, in order to get increase the interaction, they are uploading a short version and uploading another long version.
Exactly.
Different platforms, maybe sometimes.
Exactly.
Maybe you can look at the video from this perspective. Maybe just you can summarize the question and reply parts, which is crucial for the customers. Then just upload it on LinkedIn, maybe.
Exactly.
But the other longer version, maybe in your website. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would be, on that part, I think we are very clear, because that is what we told Kartal. So in this case, I would like to know, when you speak to him, if you can tell him to email me to know what is the part that you would like to do. But on the other hand, we will work on our part to put it on the website, giving you some promotion of the marketplace. And that should be good because maybe Cartal wants to do another thing, so we can maybe do both things. So in that sense, we are very open to hear what he says. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know if you are the host, because you are the host, you can control where the recording will go. So if you can just share it, it would be great.
I think that it will be uploaded to the cloud.
Because we don't use Zoom, so that's why to your cloud, right?
They will provide us a link, and we will be able to download from there. Maybe there's an option to share directly with the meeting participants with their code. I'm not sure. If it is available, then we can share the link directly.
Okay, I will wait for it either this afternoon or tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you
again.
so much. It's been a great session. Okay. Thank you for your time,
Okay.
Mustafa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.